It's going to be literally miles and miles of flat trail before we even begin to ascend the mountain. Yep, I've learned my lesson. I am extra cautious on all these stream crossings these days. Still haven't really found any uphill yet. Alright, here we go. The trail is starting to get a little bit steeper as we make our way up to the ridgeline. It's actually kind of funny, once I made it to this ridgeline, the trail got actually so much busier because I was running into all the through hikers and hikers doing full Pemi loops. So much for a smooth, easy ridgeline walk. This is where you'll get the first great views on this whole hike. Always a bunch of activity and stuff going on at the Galehead Hut. Some surprisingly steep scrambles on this short half-mile hike to the Galehead Summit. Definitely stop and check out this overlook because it has a much better view than you will get from the actual summit. Literally nothing to see here, folks. Touch the pile, turn around, and get going. This hut does have water to refill your water bottles if you need it.
Oh, I have some at the top of my bag if you need them.
No. Probably helpful. Mine do not.
I just haven't.
Mine have magnesium in them.
And here comes the hardest, steepest part of this whole hike, and the whole reason that we came here. Some fleeting glimpses of the amazing views we'll get from the summit. You're almost there. You got this. Keep scrambling up all those rocks. The trees are getting shorter and the views are getting grander. We must be getting close. Franconia Ridge looming behind me in the distance. And welcome back. Man, that hike was a little bit longer than I was expecting. That was both Galehead Mountain and South Twin Mountain, located near Twin Mountain, New Hampshire in the White Mountain National Forest. Both mountains are on the New Hampshire 48 4,000 footer hiking list, and the steep section of trail from Galehead Hut to the South Twin Summit is the third steepest mile on the entire Appalachian Trail. Galehead Mountain was 4,024 feet tall, while South Twin Mountain was 4,902 feet tall. And we followed an out and back trail that met up with the Appalachian Trail, which was around 10.8 miles total. Now, if you've already been inspired to go tackle this trail yourself, first, definitely go down and hit that like button. It really helps me out a lot. And then while you're down there, check out the custom All Trails map that I've created with pictures and landmarks that I've linked in the description down below. For my difficulty designation, I'm a little torn. I feel like there's two different ways I can go about this. Because there was two summits, I honestly feel like the difficulty changes depending on if you're going to do just the one summit or both. Just getting to Galehead Summit, even though it's a long hike, it's not very steep, so I think that's just a road less traveled if you're only going to Galehead Mountain. But if you were also going to go up to the summit of South Twin Mountain, then I think that would bump this all the way up to a hike and a half. It is very steep, and if you include it, it makes the overall hike so much longer than it otherwise would be. Now, do I recommend this trail? Honestly, I think I kinda do. It was fun to knock off two summits at the same time from my New Hampshire 48 list. Even though it was a very long day, I don't think I'd recommend filming it like I did, but it was cool to see the Galehead Hut, the other through hikers that were coming through that day doing the whole Appalachian Trail. And when you add South Twin Mountain, it does give you a nice reward that you don't really get at Galehead Mountain, because Galehead Mountain does not have a clear summit. There's no view when you get there. It's just a pile of rocks in the trees, so it's a little bit disappointing. But when you include the full hike to South Twin Mountain, it is a very clear summit. You get incredible views, but just make sure you budget enough time, because if you do both summits, it is quite a long hike and will take you all day. But hey, that's just my opinion. Now go get hiking.